Namaste and hello. Welcome to yet another episode of The Light Within. In this episode, we will explore a few ways to return to yourself. If you're feeling lost, demotivated, disappointed because of a situation, a person, or simply unable to see things clearly, this episode is for you. So let's get started. Every now and then, it's normal to get stuck in your head and feel like you've lost touch with yourself. You know that feeling, right? When nothing seems to make sense and you're not sure how to get back to being you. It gets even harder if you don't have a regular practice to ground yourself, like meditation, journaling, or simply taking time to pause and reflect. But let's be real. Even if you do have a spiritual practice, you are not immune to feeling lost. Life has a way of throwing us off balance. Think about it. We are surrounded by endless information, social media feeds, news, updates, advice on how to live a perfect life. Now add to that pressure to hit milestones faster than everyone else or the constant comparison game. It's exhausting. On top of it, challenge of dealing with your own struggles, moments when your confidence dips, when you question if you're enough, or when you feel like you're falling behind. It's no surprise that even the most centered people get caught up in their heads. For example, maybe you set a personal goal but didn't achieve it in the time frame you hoped for, and suddenly you're spiraling, questioning your worth. Maybe you are scrolling through social media, seeing everyone highlight reels and feeling like your life doesn't measure up. These moments pile up, and before you know it, you're completely disconnected from who you really are at your core. The world can be overwhelming, but recognizing that you are stuck in this cycle is the first step towards finding your way back. Let me tell you what I do when I feel lost. And trust me, it's not like it's easy and I have got it all figured out. I struggle just like everyone else. Although, honestly, the only reason I'm even talking about this is that I recently went through one of those phases myself. I felt like I was falling behind on my goals, and to make things worse, I was also dealing with some personal struggles on top of it. For at least 2 weeks, I felt completely disconnected. Even with my usual spiritual practices, it felt like climbing a mountain to get back to my true self. The part of me feels at peace and in the zone to inspire and contribute. The turning point came when I decided to sit down and really articulate what I was going through. I asked myself questions like how much of this I can actually control, how much is out of my hands, and what can I resolve right now, and what's going to take time. When I realized certain things would take time, I asked myself if I could make peace with that instead of constantly fighting it. I started writing everything down and sorted my struggles into these categories, and once I had sort of labeled them, I put them in boxes, so that there was no overlap, because this is what exactly happens with us. One thing happens, then another on top of it, and another on top of it. And before we know, it becomes a pile, it becomes a jumbled pile. And then you have to pick one piece out of it to get sorted. It's a long process. But when I did it, my mind, instead of searching for temporary distractions to cope, it began to feel clearer and more settled. And that's when I returned to peace. Sometimes it's not about fixing everything all at once. It's about organizing the chaos in your head and giving yourself permission to take things one step at a time. In my understanding, whenever we feel lost, it's often because we are out of touch with who we really are, who we truly are. In other words, we are disconnected from our inner self. And during such times, all we really need is relief from this constant mental chatter, the repetitive thoughts and stories that keep running through our heads. What we seek ultimately is to reconnect with ourselves and find a sense of peace. It's not how it sounds. The process is way more complicated than it seems on paper or when we talk about it. When you go through such phases, it's very hard to come to a point where you're able to disintegrate everything and put them in boxes. Ultimately, what we are seeking is peace. Ultimately, what we are seeking is clarity. But unless we get ourselves to a point where we are able to see things objectively, any action that you take in that regard is a step towards it. It will not solve the problem immediately. So it's a long drawn process. But when you recognize it that you are stuck, it's one step in the direction of getting unstuck. Life has seasons. Not all days are same and not all weeks or months are the same. The ultimate life experience isn't about being happy all the time. I know that most of us hear people say that, try and chase happiness or be happy. No, that's not the objective. It's about accepting whatever comes our way with grace and compassion. However, in today's world, it's hard to practice this philosophy because of the sheer number of distractions that surround us. While experiencing a wide range of emotions is a part of living fully, this emotional roller coaster can trap us in loops that are hard to break. We are hardwired emotionally, so an emotional response is something that you can never detach yourself from. And that's how we get into this roller coaster ride. There are times when we feel lost and demotivated, and sometimes the reason of our despair is beyond our control. In these moments, there's often nothing that we can do except to pray and to trust that life will eventually get better. Remind yourself as many times as possible if you are in that situation right now where the variables, the factors are beyond your control. Pray, have faith, and leave it at that. Do not burden yourself by thinking about when am I going to come out of it, because it's beyond your control. If you are in this space now, I want to remind you, if you cannot think positive thoughts, at least do not dwell on despair. Despair will cripple you and block the things meant to help you and heal. You will not be able to see the guidance. So instead, try to stay as neutral as you can and see this phase as a passing scene in a movie of your life. This is a perspective that can help you if you are stuck in life with a circumstance which is beyond your control. It is also important to note that even when the reasons for our despair disappear or situation improve, our emotions don't always return to normal immediately. We are human and emotions drive us. It's not easy to move from a state of, say, -10 to a +1 overnight. The time it takes will depend on how much we have practiced staying connected to the divine energy. And you should not push yourself. So by God's grace, if things and situations improve and yet you find yourself not in your usual zone mentally, it's normal, because emotions will not catch up immediately. They need their own time to catch up, and allow yourself that time to process what happened, to process that things have now become normal. You won't feel elated immediately. You will probably come to a neutral, headspace, and that's all right. Slowly you will pick it up and you'll return to your normal self. For some of us, it may take longer to recover because we haven't cultivated the habit of raising our consciousness, and that's all right. Not everybody is into spiritual practices. It's all right. We may be stuck in old patterns and even have a subconscious attachment to suffering. As long as you recognize the fact that you have played a part in your own suffering, you'll be on this journey to finding focus and staying in the here and now. The fact that things are improving is often not entirely our doing also. Life is supported by a bigger force than us. Call it universe, divine energy, or something else. Trust in that guidance. There's another perspective to consider. If you find that anything and everything puts you off and you feel stuck, it could be due to habit loops. In this case, it's not about feeling lost or feeling stuck. It's about being reactive and expecting others to conform to your wishes. These situations are within your control, and there are times when we act as if everything needs to be in our control. People should react or respond the way we want them to, and if that doesn't happen, we get frustrated, we feel stuck, and that's not the right way of looking at things, right? I'm speaking about the moments when we consciously operate our minds or ego. This creates distance from others and makes life harder for us. When we function from our mind, we eventually feel out of alignment because the mind creates separation while the heart nurtures closeness. And isn't that what we all crave? Harmony, closeness, and care. When we operate from our mind, we disrupt the flow of the divine energy and leading to restlessness and feeling of being stuck. The good news is that this misalignment can be corrected by turning your focus inward and responding from your heart rather than your mind. You can restore the balance. I think a lot of times things are within our control and we make it worse by slipping into our ego. In today's world, there's a lot of emphasis on creating boundaries rather than spreading love. But let's challenge ourselves to play our part by coming from a place of love. Whether the reason for your restlessness falls into the first category, which is things beyond your control, or the second one, which is things within your control, let's take the responsibility of doing our best and getting unstuck. The first step to get unstuck is to figure out whether things are within your control or they are beyond your control. If they are beyond your control, then you need to have faith and trust in the process. If things are within your control, then do not blame anybody else but your ego state. Slip into your heart instead of your mind, and gradually you'll be able to see things in perspective. Here's a quick recap of what we discussed in today's episode. If you're feeling stuck right now, remember that nothing lasts forever. Like seasons, this too shall pass. Trust in the higher power. Whether you believe it or not, there's something greater than you, always watching over and guiding you. Remember that and tune yourself to that energy. And lastly, operate from your heart. How can you tell if you're operating from your heart or ego? If your actions are driven by love, it is your heart guiding you. If they are driven by separation, then it's your ego. This is all that I have in this episode. I have thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. May your soul be illuminated with the light within. I will see you in the next episode of The Light Within.